Good morning, good evening, and a good night to a lot of people who are out there. But to all y'all who are listening to, listening to watching, and watching to listening on today's 17th of December 2012. One more week until some date that's really weird, supposedly, but it's gonna be today, and it is the day that you are all excited for because it's the Learning League episode 30, 2. 32! Yeah, see no, hear no evil. L3RD here, the bird getting some words. And I'm gonna do some beatboxes too. Because we're gonna do some new things about the jungle. Okay, I'll stop the beatboxing. I don't think that's right for me, and I don't think the jungle's right for me. But we're gonna take it from some people who actually know the jungle just a little bit into these replays. But really quickly, again, guys, thank you to all the people over at Definitive Esports, D-eSports.com. You can check out them, all their awesomeness on the lower left. Whoops, I messed up on that little mishap. Sorry. On the lower left over there, Definitive Esports is all little Twitter webs, YouTube webs, and um, Facebook webs. But you can also check out all the sponsors on the lower left as well. Madkits, Triton, Antec, Exit G, and Bend Q. Overall for Learning League episode 32, L3D, talking about the new jungle. So we talked about maybe a little bit. We talked about it briefly a little bit, like S1, S2, S3, S2 jungle. A lot easier, really good. Can do stuff super fast. S1 jungle was a B to really try to behold and do other stuff like actually jungle. Yeah, it's kind of hard. It's actually super hard. And in S3, which we are seeing right now, Season 3. Sorry if you guys don't know what S1, S2, S3 means. It's Season 1, Season 2, Season 3. We're seeing some jungling from here. A lot of people have said that Season 3 jungle is probably a little bit harder than Season 2. Truthfully, I feel like Season 3 jungle kind of plays into Season 2 jungle a little bit more because, there's still, the refresh timers is really big. 1 minute still is really good for your buffs over here. 5 minutes and stuff to respawn over here for your red and or blue. So, I mean, that's still the same. But the 1 minute respawns on your lesser kind of stuff is actually still big. So that's what it takes away from Season 2. But what Season 3 kind of gained in that, instead of Season 2, is that all the jungle creeps, rapes, double golems, red, blue, and wolves, they all have stronger hit points, stronger damage, and can tank a little bit more. And again, truthfully, the last little thing Season 2 did was give more experience, give more health, give more damage down when you are later in levels or later in time waiting for these buffs. So I like the new Season 3 jungle paired up with the Season 2 jungle. And as we do see over here, we have a Ranger Earth been playing that Lee Singa. Lee Singa versus the one, the only Xin Zhao. So first things first. Season 3 still going on with changes to the game and are incoming. From nurse to everyone's favorite cleaver. So we don't have cleavers per se, right? S? No S. To gifting to your favorite friends. Though there are some things that are not as heralded. And these are the jungle changes in S3. And right now we do have Ceratus going to be playing that Xin Zhao jungle versus, again, Lee Sin jungle over at the top lane. Really quickly, this game is about like a 1300, 1400 elo game. Like you would see this regularly for a general amount of people who play the game in the elo queues. Like, truthfully, the people that like have to, I guess, solo queue and duo queue and stuff like that. I mean, the general average in a normal game is about 1100 to about 1400, I would believe. Like 1000 to like 1400. 1600 and above is a little bit over right now. The top elo chaos is at 2300. So like a 700 elo difference is a lot. It's a super amount. But I mean, the general average is about like what, 1400, 1300, 1200. Like between that range, you'll see most of everyone. So this is just a general game average amount. So really quickly, Lee Sin jungle versus Xin Zhao jungle. Both are pretty gank heavy. I mean, Xin Zhao, you have the 3 talent strike, Plus on top of that, battle cry and such like that. I'd actually try to just get in there. But truthfully, early game goes to Lee Sin. Because Lee Sin has a lot of sustain just from his safeguard, just from his Iron Will. Safeguard Iron Will is the double W combo. And then he can use the Tempest and Cripple to slow down people. He can use the Sonic Wave and Resonating Strike to kind of clear out things really fast, slash, well, gain his charges in his energy, plus on top of that, do some damage. There's quite a bit of damage actually with that. So, Lee Sin, as a jungler, is a pretty safe, pick per se as a jungler coming in. But first things first, what did S3 jungle start as? Well, season 3 jungle we saw and we were talking about it. We theory crafted it even in PBE. We think about, well, it's gonna be tougher. It's gonna be harder. There's gonna be a lot more damage on people. There's gonna be a lot more damage on things. You can't really do too much about it. Like there's just so much damage output that you get from these jungle groups. So gank heavy junglers like Alistar and Lee Sin and such, I still believe that that would work out. Like I still believe that was gonna happen. But we have like Xin Zhao, we still have a Mumu, we still have like other junglers that defensively they do better, and defensively like they didn't do too well in season 2. Like Rammus jungle, even though not heralded, can still be very viable, and I feel like more people should be playing Rammus jungle again because just the sustain that you can get in the early go, you can get to all your levels really fast, and you can just clear and gank heavy whenever you can. So, in truthfulness, S3 jungle made it so that pretty much every jungle is viable again. Fiddlestick jungle as well, Nunu jungle as well, and a lot of people are talking about Nunu jungle actually being one of the biggest jungles slash probably one of the best jungles coming into this because of the extra damage that all the new creeps do. But with the new items like Hunter's Machete, which we don't see anymore because he just built into that, or even to you know, new Vamp Scepter and such like that. There's just a lot of things in the AD arsenal that can make or break in a carrier right now, or a jungler per se as well. We do see Lee Sin still gank heavy jungling, and that's what you kind of expect in a probably a Lee Sin period. Lee Sin's a really good heavy gank jungler because again, Sonic Wave, Resonating Strike, you have so much mobility with that Q move that you just do so much more, well, map control. Just because you can literally jump to things and kick them in the face and make sure that they die. And literally, that's probably the only thing that you really need to do for Lee Sin, other than cripple things and, you know, tempest everything and slow down everything. But it's a really, really good thing to have sometimes when you can just safeguard something, you Tempest something, cripple something, and just kick right in and say Haku. And then, yeah, you see it there, Mr. Reindeer Earth, pick up another kill right there. So, in goodness, again, gank heavy junglers in solo queue will never, ever get discouraged because those are actually really good. No matter what everyone says, you know. Yeah, they might suck in late game, they might suck in mid game, and if you don't control your early game as a jungler, truthfully, that's pretty much important. If you don't control early game as jungle, you won't win the game. Just because you give more oftentimes than not, like right now the Zin's out, can't control his jungle really early. Lee Sin's pretty much putting pressure pretty much over on middle and bottom right now. He did have a successful gank at bottom. He did take away Zen's out over there at mid, plus he gained an extra red buff right now. So overall, once you don't have that jungle pressure early, you're not gonna have that jungle pressure. Well, you're not gonna have the jungle to really work with because you're gonna be pushed down on towers general amount of times, or not. I don't know. Depends. It really depends on the team and the players with. But the jungle kind of sets precedent that we want to push, we want to get kills, we want to do this early so that we can snowball the game so that they don't have a chance to get through in mid game to late game. And that's why you do see the early game junglers still being pretty strong actually being really strong. You do see over here another gank. Good job by Reindeer Earth. Give him another kill, and we do see another kill onto there. You do see that little Evelyn coming out from the side, and I think he's gonna get another kill. We'll see if it goes. Oh, never mind. And Mr. Earth picks up another kill yet again. And when you snowball a jungler before in season 2, it really didn't help too much per se. Because snowballing junglers isn't really the greatest idea. It's like, truthfully, you would have like a 4-0-5 knockout because he accidentally take like 2 or 3 kills. Just because, you know, how the jungle was so weak in season 2 and then in season 3, you'd be a little bit more tanky, so you're gonna have less and less damage per se, innately from masteries and runes and stuff like that. So you can't really tippy toe around that. In season 3, where you have to go aggressive, at least with Lee Sin, but you have to go aggressive a lot of times with a lot of these characters just so that you can sustain more. Or you can go really defensive, but truthfully, aggressiveness is actually a little bit better. Um, you can get these great heavy kind of sustained damagers do way too much damage, but then again, secure a lot more things as well. Unfortunate for now, Zinzao did chase the Singe. You don't chase the Singe, guys. And with that, right now, this is the problem. With Reindeer Earth right now, he's been controlling this pretty much his jungle and Zinda's jungle pretty much the whole game. There is like no reason, no way Zinda should be falling this far behind, but he has been because, well, he's been getting caught, he's been getting killed, he's been getting damaged, and there's like nothing they can do. So like truthfully, it's been pretty good for the team of pretty much Red, doing all the goodness in killing and literally just jumping and killing things all around. And unfortunately for not, blue team is securing that top lane, killing the Singe and denying him, but he's still gonna be pretty tanky. And with 4 other members doing decent right now to good, it's just like impossible. As we do see over here, Zenzel just kind of lock himself into death right over here, which is really interesting to see. We do see that Evelyn do go right into her, catch up, but we do see a kill just from the wild cards from Raga and 9 Extreme. So interesting stuff overall together from both teams. I just think more oftentimes than not, ooh, Raga actually comes in, tries to get a gank off, but cannot catch up. Oh no, he does catch up, gets the wild card, gets the kill. Overall, in general, that's just set up by Zinzel while listlessly walking through and trying to get something happening over here, like trying to take a blue buff when there wasn't any blue buff to be seen. Overall, in general, I feel like Season 3 is, if you're not a jungler, innately from Season 1 to Season 2, you're not going to understand this, understand the jungle really well, and you're going to be falling really far behind. Especially for defensive junglers, you have to really get your level 6, or you have to get your levels and then just counter gank whenever you can. You can't just force ganks and force plays to happen, because technically if they do happen, that's good. But if you fall behind just a little bit for Season 3 jungle, it's, yeah, you're not gonna have a fun time, and you're gonna pretty much lose out on a lot of things that will happen for yourself. We do see John Hyder gonna try to get out of there, but he gets a Singe toss with that fling and the damage output from Poison. Actually, Sonic Wave. Reindeer Earth showing some pretty good moves right now. So overall, in general, you know, jungle is all precedented by the amount of knowledge you actually know the jungle. That's pretty key. I mean, that goes into any solo queue, any game in that matter. If you have more knowledge, you'll have a little bit better understanding than someone who doesn't have knowledge of the jungle, blah blah blah, and all that goodness stuff. But if you don't have knowledge, plus you don't have the skills and all that goodness, what can you do? What is the biggest problem with that? What is the biggest problem actually with just the jungle in general? It's harder minions to kill, so that means your pool, if you're starting out as a jungler, is really limited. You have to either go with people that can do 2 things. First, sustain. So that's what you have with Lee Sin, right? You have to have a lot of damage output or a lot of utility and stuns. That's what you get with Moo Moo. And those 2 alone are like the 2 that you want to keep out, because those 2 really just kind of epitomize 2 things. With Lee Sin, you get that duress damage, plus you get that sustain with Iron Will Safeguard. With a Amumu, you have damage output slash sustain with just the defensive tree slash the defensiveness that you have with Amumu. Innate taking this, right? Plus you have on that the Curse of Ceremony, which is a very great utility skill that just stuns down, damages down, and even kills a lot of things in the way. So I would say if you're starting out as a jungler, you would probably want to start with those two things. You can also go with like Warwick or something. Warwick's a little tougher because you have to understand when you have to use your ultimate infinite duress or anything like that to actually get into. So that's a little bit of a tough issue, but he is a really easy kind of quick jungler as well. It's just that you have to wait till level 6 as well. So by all means, try out anything. You can try Singe jungle, you can try Eve jungle, you can try a lot of things. But if you want to play it really safely without like a fail-safe plan, Movie Jungle is pretty good. I mean, you have to press one button and then you kind of win the game sometimes because Curse of Ceremony is a really good ability. Lee Sin is a little bit more technical, but going Haku and kicking people in front of their face and then killing them for no good reason, I mean, that's really fun as well. Was Xin Zhao jungle? Unfortunately, I wouldn't say that would be probably the smartest idea. Wow, that kick. Just because Xin Zhao jungle, it's a little bit technical as well. I mean, all you have to do is just 3 talent strike and then audacious charge, and hopefully just make sure that you get the 3 talent strike to hit up and knock up. Sometimes in that it doesn't work out that way, and then you have to use your crescent strike crescent sweep, sorry, to actually get something done. More often times than not, when you try to do the crescent sweep, you won't get the kill, and unfortunately, more often times than not, you won't kind of win out that way. So. Unfortunately for not, if you don't know how to play your character, I don't know if he doesn't know how to play your character, Ceratus, but I don't think he kind of built for the jungle. I don't think he built for himself too. By the way, Ninja Tabby doesn't block any minions anymore, just killing guys. And unfortunately for not, he's kind of now a lane Zao, which is kind of interesting, because it won't work. It just definitely won't work. So yeah, other than that, I want to say how to deal with jungles who don't have a fast clear time. Jungles like Warwick, jungles like Amumu. Skarner's pretty good, Malachi is pretty good. Those are the two that you want to start out with too if you want to get into any jungle, like really heavy jungle experience. Those two are kind of technical on their ways of jungling, but they're pretty good in securing a lot of things. Singe is a really slow jungler, Cho'Gath's a really slow jungler as well. Slow junglers, you just have to get to your pinnacle point, your level 6 point. Once you hit that level 6 point, you're going to be able to deal a lot more utility. Say with Cho'Gath, you have Rupture, you'll have Pharaoh Scream, and you'll have Feast. You have a big burst damage down with Feast, you have a big just AoE knockup with Rupture, and then you have just good damage output from the team with man, I can't remember the last one. Oh, with yeah, with Feral Scream. Especially with Feral Scream's utility of his W. That's really a smart little thing. So that was really good. Same thing with Evelynn. Truthfully, she's a slow kind of jungler as well, but level 6, she does Agony's Embrace, plus on top of that, you have Haste Spike, and I don't actually know where he maybe it's like 2 Shift Poison or something like that. Ravage, so you have a lot of bursts with just Ravage. You have great damage output with an AoE line burst, no line nuke. Sorry, there we go. And then you have a really great bursty ult with your Agony's Embrace. So slow junglers, if you guys are thinking about trying to jungle and you have to play a little bit more technical, slow junglers, you have to wait for everything to be really accessible to you. So you're gonna have to spend more time into jungling. So what that also means is you're gonna have to have your team ward out in certain places, especially with the new layout in the map. Wow, looks a little awkward, but no, that's still the new layout. Like the new layout on the map, you're gonna have to get your brushes warded in the middle. You're gonna have to get your tri-brush warded at bot. If you're on the red side, blue side, you would have to have that little bit, pretty much this blocked off. And yeah, pretty much something in the area for a ward over here, just so that you can gain some presence, but also just chill out as well. But also to make sure that as a defensive jungler who has to wait for level 6, That's to try to wait for everything, can work it out later on that way. We do see a dragon fight. I'm gonna probably end the first part of the episode right there because, well, we just got an ace, or well, I'm on my surf camp, but we just got an ace. It's 10-3-10 for Lee Sin. He's kind of snowballing out of control, especially building into Black Beaver right now. Yeah. I'm not gonna say this is a GG because you know anything can happen, but 25 to 11, 11k gold up ahead. Sounds like a GG, doesn't it? Maybe. Anyways, guys, we're gonna go to the second part of the episode in a little bit. Don't you fret, don't you worry. Alter ID gonna be doing some season 3 jungle edge. We're gonna see another game, but a little bit higher in the elo. Don't you fret, don't you worry. We'll be right back after a quick short break.